In the world of cinema, few names evoke as much reverence as James Cameron, the visionary behind iconic films like The Terminator, Aliens, Titanic, and Avatar. However, at one point, Cameron's filmography nearly included Spider-Man, with Leonardo DiCaprio potentially starring as the web-slinger. Let's explore what could have been if James Cameron had brought Spider-Man to the big screen. In the early 90s, Cameron and his then-wife, Kathryn Bigelow, were in talks with Carolco Pictures to make an X-Men movie. Bigelow was set to direct, with Cameron producing. During one meeting with Stan Lee and X-Men comic writer Chris Claremont, the conversation shifted from X-Men to Spider-Man, thanks to Stan Lee. Cameron's enthusiasm for the character quickly became apparent, and the X-Men project was sidelined as Cameron's focus turned to Spider-Man. A massive fan of Spider-Man, Cameron began working on a scriptment, part screenplay, part story outline, set in a gritty, realistic version of New York City, unlike the mythical cities of Gotham or Metropolis. Cameron's vision included a raw, unfiltered world where even Spider-Man himself would swear, reflecting the grittiness of the environment. Cameron also took a unique approach to Peter Parker's character, imagining what a real teenager would do if suddenly endowed with extraordinary powers. The scriptment outlined a series of changes from the traditional Spider-Man origin story, including an incident where genetically enhanced fruit flies, rather than spiders, were the catalyst for Peter's transformation. Cameron also opted for organic webbing, dismissing the idea that a teenager could invent web shooters that even advanced labs would struggle to create. As Peter Parker discovered his powers, Cameron's version delved deeply into themes of puberty and the confusion that comes with it. The story included mature elements, such as Peter's voyeuristic tendencies and his burgeoning relationship with Mary Jane Watson, which eventually leads to a symbolic and intimate encounter on the Brooklyn Bridge. The primary villain in Cameron's vision was a reimagined Electro, who used his electrical powers to become a billionaire and aimed to recruit Spider-Man into his brotherhood. The script also featured Sandman as Electro's enforcer, and the two villains attempt to sway Spider-Man to their side, culminating in a climactic battle atop the World Trade Center. Cameron's Spider-Man project ultimately fell apart due to legal entanglements over the character's rights, a saga that involved lawsuits and disputes with multiple studios. Despite his passion for the project, Cameron moved on, eventually creating original works like Avatar. This experience served as a pivotal moment in Cameron's career, pushing him to focus more on original storytelling rather than adapting existing properties. Though Cameron's Spider-Man never made it to the screen, elements of his vision influenced later adaptations, and his unrealized film remains a fascinating what-if in the history of superhero cinema.